Hey gorgeous! So, first off, I have to apologize so deeply for how long I've been gone. I got sick and I sounded like a man, actually. So, that's the excuse I have for you. I'm sorry, it's not a good one. I just couldn't film or else I'd be like, achoo, achoo, ha ha ha, and it would just be sad. So that's why I haven't put up a video in almost 2 weeks, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to pre-record videos in case I ever get ill, so that will never, ever happen again. Alright, so, second off, I have to tell you, thank you. I have recently reached 100 subscribers, and I am so thankful for that. Considering I've only been putting up videos for about a month now, I think that that's pretty good. So hopefully I will get more, and I really love what I'm doing. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, so I will continue to do it. Also, I have a giveaway coming up for my 100 subscribers, so look out for that. So now that we have all that stuff out of the way, let's get right to the point. Today I have a review for you, and it is on the Clinique 3-step skincare system. Super exciting, I know. And I also have the Clinique's Acne Solutions Gel Spot Treatment and the Clinique Youth Surge Night Cream Age blah 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 moisturizer for the nighttime. So that will also be in this review. First off, let's talk about how this Clinique skincare line is supposed to work. Now, there are 4 levels of the skincare line. 1, 2, 3, and 4. From what I hear, number 1, the first level, is for completely dry skin. Don't have oily skin at all. Dry, 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 peel off skin, dry skin. So that's level 1. And if you have that type of skin, that's what you use. Then there's level 2, which I'm level 2, and it's dry combination skin. So you have mostly dry skin with maybe an oily T-zone, oily T-zone, or dry skin with oily cheeks or something like that. Level number 3 is when you have oily skin with combination of dry skin. So for example, you have oily skin with dry cheeks, or oily skin with a dry T-zone, something like that. And level 4 is when you have all over around oily skin. So no dry skin at all, just oil, oil, oil. As I mentioned before, I'm level 2, which is dry combination. I have dry skin around most areas, including my cheeks. Sometimes I get peels. My nose right here is very dry, the corners of my lips are very dry, and I have an oily T-zone. I know, it seems like everyone has that type of skin. Like in all my other reviews, I'm going to say that I have different skin than you, you have different skin than me. What works well for me may work totally different from you, so with that in mind, let's get started. Now the way that this skin line works is that you're supposed to use it once in the morning and once at night. So in the morning you wake up, you use step number 1, which is liquid facial soap. Pretty self-explanatory. And then after you do that, you use step number 2, which is the clarifying lotion. I've always been confused as to why this is called lotion, considering that it's liquid. I don't know. But whatever, it's like it's kind of like a toner is what the Clinique lady told me. It is the part that's supposed to help with like your acne, is also what she told me. And then you use step number 3, which is dramatically different moisturizing lotion. So, I have lotion because I'm level number 2. Level number 1 and 2 has like a lotion that has oil in it. And level numbers 3 and 4 have a gel, which I'm not sure if it has oil in it, but it's like way less oily than this one. Even if it does have oil, I don't know, I'm not that level. And then after, you go throughout your day, blah 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 blah, and when it's time to go to sleep, you do it again. So you use level 1, 2, and 3, and then I have the night cream, which I use after I use the 3-step, and it's the Youth Surge Night Cream, and you only use it at night, obviously, hence night cream, duh. And then I also have the Clinique Acne Solutions Spot Healing Gel, so I use this on my random sits wherever I get it. So that's how you use it, and let's get on to the pros. Ever since I've been using this line, I've been using it for about a month and a half, my skin has definitely become more radiant, I guess you could say. It's clearer. My skin, I have problems with hyperpigmentation, and that has seemed to decrease by a mile. the redness in my skin. I get redness like right here and right here and right here. It's way toned down. And my skin is basically all around a more even skin tone. I've also started to notice that right here where I have some big pores, which is where a lot of people have problems with that, my pores appear to be less smaller. I might just be imagining that, but that's what I think. And then a couple of my friends has told me that my pores, because I mean I have some pretty big pores, so if you get close to me you can see them well, and a couple of my friends have told me that it seems to have decreased, like without me saying anything too. They're just like, oh Brandy, whatever, your pores. So that's a good thing. I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I'm not sure about you, but so like, I don't know, take it for what you will. For me anyway, this seems to not be painful at all. The very first couple times I used it, when I used step number 2, which is the clarifying lotion, it did seem to sting, for lack of a better word, but it wasn't like, pain, I can't handle it, if you know what I mean. So that's good. It's not painful. The biggest problem that I have with my skin personally is the dryness about it. My skin gets so dry. Like in the winter it gets intense dry, and in the summer it's still like, it might as well just be as dry. It's bad. So I have definitely noticed with the skincare line that my dryness is all to a minimal. It's like barely there at all. So I haven't had any peels ever since I started using this or anything like that, which is a good thing. I have had one little spot of dryness, and it's like right here, but it's not right here, like in the crease of my nose. It's not on this side, but it's on this side, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the skincare line. But I've been putting the moisturizer, trying to get it really into the creases of my nose right here, and it's been helping a lot. So it really has helped my dryness, and I'm so thankful for that, because I have dryness to the point where it's painful. So that is a wonderful thing. Overall, my skin feels much softer. When I wake up in the morning, my skin feels amazing, and it's just wonderful how soft my skin feels. It feels like a baby's butt, really. Another wonderful thing that I find really cool about the skincare line is the fact that it has 4 different levels. So, for instance, a lot of drugstore skincare lines have, you know, they just one skincare line and just use it. Or they have oily and they have dry. They don't have the 2 extremes. So I really like that about the skincare line. I think that it's awesome that they have 4 levels, and it's awesome that they try to include everyone in it. It's something that I've never really seen a lot of companies do. Unfortunately, like with every single product, there are some cons, and the cons really make me sad. So let's start on with those. Although I've noticed a huge difference with the dryness in my skin, I haven't really noticed a lot of difference with my acne. When I first started using it, my acne went boom, bye-bye, but now it's just kind of like, it's just there. I mean, my acne is very minimal. I have dry skin, so that's a plus with dry skin. I don't get a lot of acne. However, I don't want any. And this skincare line, I had really high hopes for it with my acne, and it's not really helping a lot. So it also almost seems like when I do use this, I have more acne than when I don't, which sucks. However, when it's that time of the month, if you get what I'm saying, I always get a giant, big, whopping, huge zit right here. And I put this on it when I started to notice it coming, and I mean, it was like there, but it didn't become a whitehead. It was like under my skin, I don't know if you know what I mean. And normally it always becomes this big, huge, giant whitehead, and I can't even handle it, so I put a band-aid over it, and it's just disgusting, and I hate it. But this stopped it from coming up too noticeable. Like, the only way you could notice it is if you like got up in my face and was like, oh, Brandy, do you have a zit there? Oh, yes, you do. So that's pretty awesome about this. This is actually pretty painful when I put it on some of my zits. Like, if my zits have become a scar, then ow, it hurts, it stings bad, so that's not cool. Another thing that I noticed is when I first started using the skincare line, it was awesome. My acne went away, it was amazing. However, when I did have like this crazy weekend where I used it in the morning, and then I would like be at a friend's house and I like forgot my skincare line, so I forgot it and I was just gone every single night. So for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it just sucked. And I didn't use the skincare line at nighttime. So when I started doing that, my skin seemed to freak out, if you will, and I started to get zits right here, and I got some right here, and like all up in my forehead. And I even got some on my cheeks when I started using the skincare line, which never happens. I can never remember one time in my life, other than when I've been using this product, that I got a zit on my cheek. So that's really weird. And I mean, obviously you're supposed to use it every morning and every night. If you use it in the morning and you don't use it at night, obviously it's not gonna work as well. But I don't think it's okay that my skin like freaks out if I don't use it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my goodness, what do we do? Ah! No, that's not okay. So that's a huge big downfall to that. I would just rather, you know, it just don't work as well, but it like literally freaks out. It's very apparent if I don't use the skincare line, and that is a huge no-no. When I first started to use the skincare line, like the first couple of days, it did break me out a little bit. And when I first started to use it, I had zits right up in here because I had this facial before I bought this, and it like broke me out, which is like the complete opposite of what a facial is supposed to do, and it was stupid. But I had zits right up in here from it, and it made those go away, but I did get some zits like right up in here and on my cheeks, like I said, when I first started using it. However, they went away after a couple of days and it was no big deal, but that's annoying. I can imagine that it would be really annoying for someone that has a lot of acne and they want it to go away, and then it just gets progressively worse before it gets better, and that just sucks. But I don't have a lot of acne, so I can't tell you that. Another thing that's quite annoying has to do with the packaging, and it's with the number 2. What you're supposed to do is you take like a cotton ball and then you pour it onto the cotton ball, and then you run it down your face all over a couple times. And it's supposed to help with your acne, toner thing, whatever. But what sucks is that it doesn't have a pump. Now, I know that you can get it with a pump, but I hear that that's only around the holidays, which is extremely annoying. You lose a lot of product since you do not have a pump. Like, let me tell you, I am a clumsy girl. I have lost, like, it should be up to here if it had it would be up to here if it had a pump. Like, that's extremely annoying. Also, step number 1 and step number 3 have a pump, so why is it so hard to make step number 2 have a pump? I don't get it. When I first started using the night cream, my skin would feel like so soft. Like, it's unexplainable how soft my skin would feel. However, after I used it and used it and used it, it's the same with the whole skincare line, but especially with this, I've started to notice a decrease in how different it feels. And that might just be because I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the fact that my skin is that soft, but I've noticed anyway that it doesn't seem to work as well, if you know what I mean. Overall, my face feels very clean after I use the skincare line. It feels like the dirt was just sucked out of my face and thrown on the ground. It's amazing how clean my skin feels, and I really like that about this. With all the other skincare lines I've used, I mean, my skin feels clean, but it doesn't feel like sparkling, shiny clean. It feels fresh, almost like a minty feeling, if you know what I mean from that. You know when you put mint on your face and it doesn't hurt, but it feels like clean? That's what the skincare line feels like, and that is a huge yay! The 3 steps from the skincare line definitely do what they're supposed to. I mean, the step number 1, the liquid facial soap, it definitely cleans my face. The step number 2 definitely tones it and does help with my acne a tiny bit. And the step number 3 is very, very moisturized. Although I have heard for levels number 3 and 4 that the gels are not very moisturizing at all, and that you need a separate moisturizer to have the skincare line work. Although I can't vouch for that because I'm level number 2, so I wouldn't know. At first, I really loved this skincare line. It was amazing. It was beautiful. There was nothing better out there. It worked perfectly. It was bliss. However, now that I've been using it for a little bit longer, I've started to notice a decrease in how well it's been working. And that in itself really, really is a downer because I had such high hopes for the skincare line. Although it's a definite improvement from my drugstore skincare lines that I've used to use, it still has a lot of room for improvement. I feel that a skincare line should fix my dryness and make all my acne go away, and that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, nothing's perfect. I feel as though there's something missing from the skincare line. With that said, would I recommend it to you? Yes. Would I recommend it to a friend? Yes. It works. My skin has improved. It's just I feel that there's something better. There has to be something better out there. So overall, I give it a 3.5 out of 5, just because it hasn't really helped a lot with my acne, and with time it started to decrease its effect. With that said, I will be doing a whole nother separate review on this just because I want to see if those days that I skipped, I think that was 2 weeks ago, the nighttime routine, I skipped the nighttime routine. I want to see if that is why my skin has not been reacting as well to it, because I'm not really sure. Another thing that I feel is worth mentioning is that if you want to try this skincare line out but you don't want to spend the 60 freaking bucks it cost to buy the whole thing, I did see at TJ MAXX they had boxes about this big with the skincare system. They had them in all different levels, and they had step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3 there. So it only costs about 15 bucks, and you might want to go check out your local TJ MAXX before you think about buying the skincare line. So I hope that this review was helpful. I hope it gave you some ideas about, if you want to try it, what you should look out for, and things like that. So that is all I have for you today, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!